I just realized it's the end of January and I missed the time when I was supposed to create vision boards and sit down to write my New Year's resolutions. And now I'm sitting here feeling guilty, not knowing what to do. And then it hit me. The calendar, it's a tool, not a cage. What matters isn't when you start, is that you finally take action. So, if you feel like you missed all of the deadlines and you think it's too late for 2026, or you start the year properly but now you're overwhelmed and you want to drop everything, let's sit down together and set a direction for this year. Because we're not late to the party, we're just fashionably late. And a queen, it's never late. Okay, why New Year is so important, why every time we need to sit around New Year and to make all of these vision boards, resolutions, and stuff like that. I think both of us were asking the same question. And are you ready to hear this? People are scared of change, and we're more comfortable, more confident to make that change around big calendar events. Let me stop for a second. Think about it. And I'm just going to give you a couple of examples, right? So, okay, New Year, big calendar event. What do you think about spring, summer?
Let's get that summer body. Let's clean our wardrobe for spring.
And stuff like that. And it's not only about seasons. What do you think about your birthday? How many times you're sitting before your candles and you're wishing this year to be different and to make some changes and stuff like that? My big problem is my birthday, it's the middle of December. So every time I'm like, this year is gonna be different. I wanna make a change, but I have 2 weeks until Christmas and then it's New Year resolution. So I can start fresh just the new year. So I have still 2 weeks to think what I want to do or to focus on something else and stuff like that. And that is literally every year. And it's not only this. What do you think when you're starting your new school year or when you are gonna move to another city, Everyone wants to start fresh and you're telling yourself, this time it's gonna be different. I want to be a different person. I'm gonna make some changes. I'm gonna start some good healthy habits, or I want to get over my past trauma and I want a new direction, So moving to a new city or country as me, starting university or starting your new job, it's also a big calendar event in your life, and that's also a new opportunity for new change. And if you still don't believe me, let me give you another example. So I think both of us, we have this friend, let's call her Mindy. So Mindy is all the time complaining about her job. She's all the time complaining about her colleagues, that they're incredibly rude. All the time her colleagues are making her feel this negativity and stress, and she cannot work properly around them. Then she's complaining about her boss. He's not seeing her. He's not giving her good projects. He's not trusting her. And all the time her boss is making her to stay after working hours, and she all the time needs to work overtime or during the weekends, or she needs to take her laptop and work from home. And she's even comparing the salaries and the conditions, and other companies are having way better options. And then at some point, we're listening to her, we're trying to understand Mindy, and we're just telling her, okay, Mindy, why don't you change your job? And she's like, I'm kind of used to all of it. It's not so bad. I'm just, yapping, getting the negativity out of myself. It's just how the things are. And that's because we're scared of change. That's because we're living in this bubble called comfortable zone, and we just don't want to get outside of it. That's it. We're miserable, we're sad, we're stressed, we don't like it. But this future, this unknowing future, it's way scarier than sitting miserably in our comfort zone, in this bubble. So yeah, we are scared of change, and that's why we're looking all the time for some kind of a moments or signals or things to push us to get outside the comfort zone. So the big calendar events like New Year, birthdays, seasons, it's our options. Like, no one is gonna wake up in the middle of the week and let's say Wednesday and be like, okay, I want to change, I'm not living healthy, I don't feel productive, I don't feel motivated, I'm all the time lazy, and I want to do the change. Like, no one is gonna do that. And New Year, it's big important moment, and it's literally starting the year, and you want something different, which is normal. It's okay. We just have to know how to do it. It's really simple. That's what we're gonna do now. But I think this is really, really important because you have to know how to end the year properly, and you have to know what you're working for, what is your direction, because all the time we're wanting so many stuff, and that's okay. But we need some time, and we need to have priorities. Like, what should come first? What should wait? What is literally a big dream and needs more than 1 year? And usually that's me, I'm having so many projects in my head. I have so many dreams that I want to work on. And every time I wanted it now. If it was possible yesterday, the better. Which is, we need to understand that we really need to be patient and we need to give time. So the exercise I'm talking about, it's really, really simple. I'm talking about New Year's resolution, how to end the year properly, and it's about to write down your lows, your high points of the year, what did you learn, what you want to work in this new year. I just like this kind of a workbook by Mel Robbins. She shared it in her newsletter. She made a special podcast about it. I'm gonna link it down in the description below. As I said, it's nothing special about this workbook. I just like it because first, it's really good structured. Second, it's really made it look pretty and stuff like that, which is important for me, I love structure and a system. So I did that exercise with her. And just to let you know, I'm a really big fan of Mel Robbins. She's like my number one podcast that I'm listening to. And I really love the way she's talking. I don't know if it's just like some kind of a normal marketing voice or a normal motivational speech voice. I don't care about that. Just the way, like the words she's using, the tone she's using, the way she's making all of her episodes is just really hit me, like it goes really deep into my heart, and I'm all the time really emotional, or after it I'm really motivated, and I just love Mel, And doing her workbook really, really helped me. So I really recommend you to sit with her episode and just grab a piece of paper and do it with her. And it's really simple. It's like take your phone, go through all of your photos, like open your gallery, go through all of your photos for 2025. And first, she's going to ask you to write your low points of this year. And then she's gonna ask you to write your high points of this year. And it was really funny because first I want to show you my papers because there is one specific thing I want to show you. Wait. This is like on the left side, it's my left, your right. So on the right side is the low points of my year. And here I have my high points of the year. And as you can see, I'm really negative person. So I should work on that, I know. But I'm not easy on myself, I'm all the time really, really disappointed. I'm really strict. I'm all the time, Jesus, Lena, you could do better. And that's based off how my parents raised me. So yeah, hello. So it was really fun thing to... I cannot say it was a fun thing to do because, in the end it was, but no, that paper is not for you. Go there. Baby cat, it wants to play with everything. As you can see, I am really disappointed in myself. And, I was even crying while I was doing this exercise first because I understood how hard I am on myself. And second, I cried because, there were happy tears also. Yeah. And I see a really nice moments last year, like Dua Lipa concert. Don't go there. I'm gonna kill you. Oh my God. It wasn't a good idea you to come here. No. What I was talking about? Yeah. So, I went to Dua Lipa concert. I went to Stray Kids concert. I went to one of my best friend's wedding in Lake Como and stuff like that. So, yeah, I mean, I had to really. Oh my God, I bought the house. That's also a really big thing. So, yeah. See, like buying a house, usually it's this big moment for everyone. And for me, it's like, yeah, I bought the house is the next thing that I have to check off my list. So we're going forward. I really need to work on that. But you get the point. So I really liked doing that with Mel, and she's giving a lot of examples. She is explaining more like deeply how exactly you should write in the workbook. Even in her workbook, she's having way more questions to guide you and to help you do the exercise. And after doing these two things, first, it helps you to acknowledge, literally acknowledge, like what happened, because I even when I was scrolling on my phone, like to my photos, I was like, oh my God, that happened that year? Really? Oh my God, I thought it's like 2 years ago. So apparently I'm not acknowledging my wins and my hard times, and I'm even rushing all the time, so I'm not even sure what happened this month, year. So this exercise really helped me to understand first what happened that year, second how many things I did, or how many hobbies I tried, or how many projects I started, finish, or stop, and stuff like that. It is literally acknowledgement. So that's really going to help you to set the direction for the new year. And as I said, it's the end of January, but doesn't have to stop you to make New Year's resolution. And that's why, and that's because you really need to understand what happened last year if you want to work on something. Because in my goals, I wanted so many stuff, but after doing the exercise, the workbook, I was just, okay, I already started a couple of stuff. I need to focus on that. Then I see that this kind of a project, it's not gonna work for me now, so I can leave it for the future. And then I decided to focus on my workouts. So I really think that this exercise is gonna help you no matter which month it is. It's like the end of January, or it's the middle of the year, or it's the end of the year. It's gonna help you because first you acknowledge your lows and highs, then you're gonna write down what you've learned this year based on all of your photos and the moments that happened. And the last thing, you're gonna make a table, and it's about like what you're gonna stop doing, which is really gonna help you after acknowledge all of your emotions, moments, and what you've learned. And you're gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna stop being hard on myself. I'm gonna stop being negative. I'm gonna stop complaining just because I'm complaining. I'm gonna stop pretending that I don't need my friends and I don't need the connections, and I'm gonna stop avoiding the hard conversations, and I'm gonna really show up for myself, and I'm gonna defend myself when I'm talking with my family. So things like that is really gonna help you. And even doing it the way she's showing you, like first lows, then highs, then what you've learned, then write the table. This is the right order, because if you do it differently, it's not gonna feel the same. So after writing what you should stop doing, you're gonna write what you want to start doing. Like, what are your goals? What are your dreams? What you want to do? And then you're gonna write what you will continue doing. And for me, I was really happy that I started running, and I'm even thinking of running a half marathon in May. And I'm gonna continue reading, and I'm gonna continue listening to podcasts. I'm gonna continue learning and developing. I'm gonna keep my YouTube channel. And yeah, I'm gonna keep trying to be healthy, like eating, working out, stuff like that. And yeah, this exercise, this workbook, it's really gonna help you to have direction. It's gonna really help you to understand what happened in your life. And even to a person who is all the time negative, all the time telling myself that I'm just lazy, I didn't finish anything, I cannot acknowledge something that usually it's a win. So after doing that kind of exercise, I really saw that I'm not as lazy as I think I am. I'm actually doing a lot of stuff, and I even have a lot of small wins during the year. It's just not this big aha moment, like it's not, I don't know, for example, I did a UGC project and I worked with makeup brand. I worked with jewelry brand. Yeah, of course, it's not Rare Beauty. It's not this big company, but in the end, I check off the boxes. So this workbook, this exercise, it really opens your eyes. And I think doing it in this order, it really helps you to understand what kind of goal you should have. Because everyone is like, yeah, I want to be healthy. But like, what exactly? Like, which area? You want to eat healthy, you want to start moving, you want to work on your sleeping, you want to work on your stress levels. Like, what exactly is healthy for you? For example, I really want to work on social media, and I really try to be on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube, but at some point it was overwhelming and too much, and I said, okay, I still want to do social media, but I'm just gonna stick to YouTube, and then we're gonna see what else I can do later. So Instagram and TikTok are not on the list, are not a priority right now. And doing all of this, it's gonna really help you to prioritize, like to see what you already started. Is it really important for you, and do you need to focus there, or what else you can add, and what you can do right now, or what you can do later. And I think most of the people, when they do the New Year's resolution, and literally in January they're demotivated, overwhelmed, and they stop everything, it's because they didn't set the right direction for the new year, and they didn't set the right goals. They're just set some dreamy goals that they're really good for them and they really want them, but they're way too big. As I said, being healthy, what exactly means to be healthy? Like, what exactly you want to focus on, or you want to focus on everything, which is a lot. I'm talking from experience. Or B, they're setting some kind of a goals that they really, really want, but they're not already there. For example, as my social media, I want to do all of the platforms. I want to do everything that I can, but I'm working full time. I'm even not sure how exactly to do content. So I cannot do and TikTok and Instagram and YouTube and newsletters and this and that and that. So I have to prioritize. So I think people are really giving up because they didn't set the right directions, they didn't set the right goals. And if they acknowledge their emotions, their past trauma, the lessons that they learned, the projects they failed, or they succeed, this is really gonna help you understand what you're good at, what you're bad at, what you need to work on, and what it is important for you right now. Because in 2025, something else was important for you, but 2026, maybe things change, and that things are not so important anymore, and you want to focus on something else, and that's okay. So I hope this really helped you. and I'm gonna link a couple of links down below in the description. And I'm gonna be really, really happy if you share your experience, your New Year resolutions. And yeah, I'm gonna be really, really happy to hear your thoughts about all of this. And if you wanna know more exactly how I'm planning to achieve all of the goals, what exactly habits I'm building, and how I'm structuring everything, in my next video, I'm gonna show you exactly my blueprints or idea of blueprints, because I don't want to focus on 30 days or 90 days. I want to focus of the whole year, and I don't want to have the pressure of I need to rush things and I need to do stuff right now. So I think my plan, it's actually pretty good, and I think it can work also for you. So stay tuned for my next video, and I'm really happy that you've been here. And just more reminder, never stop wondering and becoming, because you can be the one. See you in the next video.